Did you know that filing for unemployment in Hawaii can actually be done entirely online in just a few simple steps? I mean, imagine getting your unemployment benefits sorted out smoothly without ever having to leave your couch. Welcome to this explainer. We're going to walk through exactly how you can navigate the state system efficiently and, most importantly, accurately.
Look, if you've recently lost your job, or maybe had your work hours reduced, dealing with state bureaucracy is probably the absolute last thing you want to do right now, right? But I want to reassure you, this process, which seems super daunting from the outside, is actually really highly structured. And by sticking to the guidelines we're about to cover, you can navigate the whole shebang with total confidence right from your own computer.
To get us there, we've got a clear, logical roadmap for this explainer. We'll start off with understanding UI eligibility, then move into creating your online account. After that, we'll cover filing your initial claim, followed by verifying your identity online. Finally, we'll look at submitting weekly claim certifications and wrap up by identifying and avoiding common mistakes. Okay, let's dive right in. Our first stop is Section 1, Understanding UI Eligibility, and specifically, who qualifies for benefits.
What's really interesting here, and a lot of folks actually don't realize this, is that eligibility isn't just for the completely unemployed. Under Hawaii employment security law, sure, you qualify if you lost your job through no fault of your own and are totally unemployed, but you also qualify if your normal hours were just reduced and you're earning less than your weekly benefit amount. So even if you're just facing a cutback in hours, a partial claim could still provide some absolutely vital temporary financial help. It's really good to know.
All right, once you know you meet those basic eligibility criteria, it is time to prep. Let's move along to Section 2, creating your online account and gathering your information.
Being organized before you even go to the Hawaii Unemployment Insurance Portal is a real game changer. It's honestly key to your success here. First, you're going to need an active email address to create the account. You'll also need your social security number or your alien registration number if that applies to you, along with your bank routing and account numbers so you can get that direct deposit. Finally, you need a detailed 18-month work history. That includes employer names, their addresses, your dates of employment, and the specific reasons you left. Literally, just gather all this stuff before you start clicking around, and I promise the whole process will be incredibly smooth.
With your documents ready to go, we enter the action phase. Let's hit Section 3, filing your initial claim, and navigating the portal.
Now, the absolutely crucial point here is timing. The Hawaii UI Online Portal, it's actually not a 24/7 service for filing claims. You can only file Monday through Friday between 6:30 a.m. and 11 p.m., and on weekends and holidays from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. And remember, these times are strictly in Hawaii Standard Time, so don't get caught trying to file your claim at 2 in the morning. It just won't go through.
When you do log in during those operating hours, this is exactly what your dashboard is going to look like. I want you to direct your attention straight to that big green box that says, "For new claims, please complete this form." This right here is where your application actually begins. Just click that link and it kicks off the whole filing process. Next up, you'll see the demographic and work history form. The state officially calls this the application for determination of insured status. Seeing this interface right now in advance should hopefully reduce any anxiety you might have about what to expect. You'll just plug in the details you already gathered during our prep step. You know, your name, address, any dependents, and that 18-month work record we talked about. One pro tip here, check your answers really carefully, because once you hit submit, you actually can't change them online. Once you review all those answers and hit submit, you'll land right here on the submission confirmation page. Listen, it is absolutely vital that you either print this page or copy down the confirmation number right at the top. This is your official concrete proof of submission. Plus, as you'll see, this page lists some critical, extremely time-sensitive next steps for actually getting your benefit payments. And speaking of those time-sensitive next steps, let's jump to Section 4, Verifying Your Identity Online, and the critical 7-day deadline. So, here is the kicker, and it's a strict deadline. You must complete your ID verification within 7 calendar days of filing your initial claim. This isn't optional, it's a mandatory security measure. If you miss this 7-day window, you risk severely delaying your benefits, and nobody wants that. To get this verification done, you've essentially got 2 distinct paths. You can use login.gov, which is a secure government portal where you just upload photos of the front and back of your ID, like your state driver's license, right from your smartphone or computer. Super easy. Or, if you're kind of more comfortable with an in-person route, you can actually schedule an appointment at a participating USPS post office. Both methods work perfectly fine. Just pick the one you prefer and make sure you knock it out within those 7 days. Just as a helpful heads up,
The state's portal uses these really bright yellow highlight boxes on your dashboard. They're there to prompt you for mandatory next steps, including that identity verification we just covered, and also reminding you exactly when it's time to file your next claim certification. Seriously, keep a close eye on your dashboard for those yellow boxes whenever you log in.
So filing that initial claim is really just the starting line. Let's pivot now to Section 5, Submitting Weekly Claim Certifications, which is all about maintaining your claim over time.
To keep your claim active and to keep those payments flowing, you've got an ongoing weekly checklist. First, you have to file a continued claim online within 7 days after the period being claimed. Oh, and just note that your very first week is typically a mandatory unpaid waiting week. That's totally normal. Second, you must be actively seeking work. This means making at least 3 job contacts each week, like reaching out to employers or attending job fairs, and you'll track those contacts using Form UC 253. Finally, Hawaii residents are actually automatically registered with HireNet Hawaii, which is the state's online employment platform. So definitely take advantage of that resource to log your job hunt.
We are almost at the finish line, but before we wrap, we really need to talk about protecting your financial support. Let's hit Section 6, Avoiding Common Mistakes.
Now this next point is absolutely crucial. The state says, and I quote, "Failure to report employment and earnings is fraud, and you can be subject to repayment, disqualification, and/or criminal prosecution." Put simply, if you work even a single hour during a week you claim benefits, you have got to report those earnings. Any unreported employment will be detected. So honestly, honesty isn't just the best policy here, it's a strict legal requirement.
Another really common misstep is failing to understand deductions. For instance, if you receive retirement income from a pension that was 100% financed by a base period employer, well, that income is actually deductible from your weekly benefit amount. Furthermore, don't forget that unemployment benefits are taxable income. Now, you can opt to have 10% withheld for federal taxes and 5% for Hawaii state taxes right inside the portal to make things a bit easier on yourself. But always keep detailed personal records so you avoid any nasty surprises come tax season.
Now, as we wrap things up today, I do need to share a quick professional disclaimer. While this explainer gives you a really comprehensive step-by-step guide based on current guidelines, state policies and procedures can, and frankly do, change over time. So always verify the most up-to-date details directly on the official Hawaiian unemployment website at labor.hawaii.gov/UI, or just consult with official Department of Labor and Industrial Relations reps to make sure you have the absolute latest info.
Think about a scenario where someone carefully adheres to all these guidelines, organizes their documents, and hits every single deadline. They file successfully, and they get their benefits swiftly, without any of those unnecessary bureaucratic delays. Well, you now have those exact same tools to navigate the system smoothly online. So my final question for you is this. With your financial bridge now fully secured, what is your proactive first step towards your next career move? Keep looking forward, and thank you so much for joining me on this explainer.